bar manager here at the Sampa Room in Northeast Minneapolis in the Botno neighborhood.
And my name's Kevin Ogren. I'm the chef here at the Sampa Room, which is a new American restaurant.
This building was built in 1893 by the Teese family. It definitely looked like an old-timey saloon. They had rooms for rent upstairs.
There is a keg chute downstairs that we now deliver our food into, actually, that they would shoot the kegs down into the basement, and that would be more of a speakeasy, kind of an illegal drinking tavern back during the Prohibition.
The owners were looking to open up a bar or restaurant in Northeast Minneapolis. Initially, with the tiny kitchen, really just planned on having kind of small bar snacks. The food really took off back when we first opened. We got written up in the Wall Street Journal where they were talking about small plate tapas style dining. Was kind of blowing up at the time back in 2002. Anthony Bourdain came here soon after for one of his episodes.
The beef tartare would be the first dish. It's Peterson Farms eye of round that we cut fresh daily. We mix it with truffle, some fiend herb, ground mustard that we get from France. It's laid over a local quail egg. Our twist on it is the cornichon vinaigrette, which a lot of times traditionally in the tartare you do have some kind of pickle or cornichon. We lay a nice cornichon vinaigrette on the bottom. We serve it alongside house-made gaufrettes, which is basically a house-made potato chip. You get that bright acidity from that vinaigrette, the nice deep meat flavor, and then the quail egg kind of sauces it all out. The salmon, really sustainable, nice fat content, and then I'm laying that over a feta hummus, Mediterranean chickpea salad, which has roasted peppers in it, cucumber, Kalamata olives, and we finish that with a nice bright peri peri sauce, which is a North African condiment made of like spicy peppers. They use bird's eye pepper and some sherry vinegar that we source from Spain. We sear the salmon, really hard sear to get that nice crust on it, and then I always butter baste all my fish. Garnish with some fresh dill. I'd say the Sampa Room was definitely on the forefront of the transformation of Northeast Minneapolis.
No, for sure.
When I lived in the neighborhood back in the early 2000s, there was dive bars and not many places to eat. We'd come to the Sampa Room as chefs and as people in the business because this is where we could get good food in the neighborhood. I was born and raised here in Minneapolis, actually, and I started cooking in high school at the Gold Nugget in Minnetonka. I did cook with my grandma a lot too. I think that's kind of what influenced it. A big thing for me is fish too, like seafood. And I think that comes from just fishing the Minnesota lakes at my cabin with my grandpa. Then we go into the pasta. We always will have fresh pasta on the menu. We're rolling pasta every day. So right now we have a basil tagliatelle. So I buzz down basil into the milk and then I make the fresh pasta dough. It's a bright green, really herby pasta. We're making that into a tagliatelle. Fresh Gulf U12 shrimp, fresh cherry tomatoes that I got from the farmer's market, fresh zucchini that's just starting to pop up, the baby zucchinis. I make that with a Parmesan broth, Parmesan Reggiano from Italy, and then we mount that with butter and herbs, little lemon juice. It's super bright, really rich from that Parmesan broth, succulent from those big shrimp. We have a local heirloom and nectarine salad. That's our seasonal salad right now. Tomato season is just starting around here. As soon as we get local tomatoes, we put tomato on the menu. We do a Luisi burrata pistachio pesto. We do an aged balsamic that we get from Italy. The fresh arugula on there, we source from the farmer's market. I get rocket arugula. It looks different, but it's really spicy. So that's a really fresh, bright salad. And then the nuttiness, obviously, from the pesto, and then the tart sweetness from that balsamic. The desserts, peach cheesecake, New York style. We do a pecan and oat crust to make it gluten-free. And then you get the pecans kind of inspiration from the Southern cooking. Peach season is just right now, stone fruit's coming in. So we wanted to do, some kind of season. We layer those nice Georgia peaches in the middle. We do a nice puree of peaches to kind of swirl it into the cheesecake. And then we drizzle that with a whiskey brown butter sauce.
The cocktail, one of them that we've had on for quite a while, is the Devil's Haircut, a twist on the Satan's Whiskers cocktail. For that, I started to get into doing shrubs, which is like a fruit vinegar. It's a great way to add something that's unique in flavor. It has fresh ingredients. Another more recent one is the Don't Rye For Me Argentina, which is more of an herbally rye sour that uses some interesting herbal liqueurs from some small batch distilleries. So I ended up going with a really dry Argentinian vermouth. There's a little Redemption Rye, and then the two herbal liqueurs that we have in there, Heirloom Genepi, which is kind of similar to a green chartreuse, and then there's a Marigold Amaro. Those add some interesting herbal bitter notes and then a little bit of simple syrup and lemon juice. It's like a nice, light rye sour. I feel like each chef that we have makes this place even better. You know, with how often we change the menu, you can come here twice in a month and have totally different menu each time that you're here.
All the food is organic. All the food is sustainable. All the food is like most of the food is local as much as we can. And the seasonal, they taste the seasons. They come in, they taste the tomatoes that are grown 2 miles from here. And everything's in-house. Everything is from trained chefs that our techniques have been passed down through generation and generation. And I just want people to taste that themselves.